Wait. Okay. Hi, welcome to Gloria's Gab Live. I am so happy today because I have one of my favorite people, Genesia with South Florida PBS, and we're going to talk about all the great things that the South Florida PBS has. Great resource for our community, and if you're not a member, you need to be. Uh, but they're also the show sponsor. So what better than to have you, my show sponsor, and we can talk about all the great things you do because
Thank you, Gloria.
I need to have you all the time on the show because
We're
you
always
can
so
never.
busy over there, and always, especially now this month, we have
I
so
know.
much in terms of programs that we're airing both on WPBT and, of course, the Health Channel. And then we started doing our community outreach. So we have a couple of events to talk about that are free and open to the public.
Yeah, I know. And well, one of them's coming up in my hometown, Doral.
That's right.
So, yeah, you've got an event. Tell us a little bit about that
Yeah.
first.
So in March, we're celebrating women, right?
Yes.
I think March 8th was International
Women's
Day.
Day, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, but we celebrated all month. So basically, because of a program that we have called The Conductor, Great Performances, it's one
Right.
of the Great Performances episodes. And it's a story of the first female conductor of a symphony. And so it's a great story.
Right.
And so what we're doing is we're screening an excerpt of the documentary at the DORCAM, which is the Doral Contemporary Museum of Art at City Place. We're also treating the guests to a cocktail reception. They have a beautiful photography exhibit by women photographers called
Exactly.
Inside Outside.
Mhm.
So the guests will be able to immerse themselves in the beauty of the photography. And then also we have the Greater Miami Youth Symphony performing, led by a female conductor. And we have the Frost School of Music Women's Choir also performing. So it's women in the arts. We're celebrating women in the arts.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be really exciting because it's kind of like the first outreach event that we're doing in person. We did a lot during the pandemic, but everything was
know.
virtual.
I know.
There's nothing like, coming in contact with people and interfacing again and just talking and, the personal touch.
So all these performances, they're going to be outdoors in
Yes.
that big
So
plaza, that beautiful
inside,
plaza.
exactly. So
Yeah.
inside the museum, we're going to have the exhibit. We're going to have the screening of the excerpt of the conductor. We'll have the cocktail reception, of course, the photography, and then afterwards, we'll go outside, and in that rotunda area that has
Yeah.
the fountain and it's
That's so
outdoors.
beautiful. Yeah.
That's where the performances are going
Right.
to take place.
And that's open to the public.
And that's
For
totally
free.
open to the public, to
Yeah.
the whole family. I think
Yeah.
it's a great event to bring your daughters, no matter
Yeah.
the age, just to be a part of it so
Or
that they can see
music
themselves
lovers in general will
reflected.
enjoy it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
music lovers in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's called The Art of the Woman. And if you go to southfloridapbs.org, to our events page, you will see all the events that we have coming up during the month of March.
Yeah. So, but aside from that, some of my favorite shows are returning, and
That's
we were
right.
talking about that Sandition, Sanditon.
Sanditon.
I always want to
Yeah.
say Sandition, but it's Sanditon.
Right?
Yeah.
That happened to me too.
Does it really?
Yeah, yeah.
So that new series, and of course my favorite called Midwife,
Mhm.
that I always
This
call.
is the program guide that we're looking at. It has Sanditon on the cover
Yeah, and by the way, if you're a member, they actually send you this in the mail
every month.
so you don't have to scroll through your channels to find the good stuff.
Right.
But on top of that, we, besides everything that's going on the TV stations and everything, you've got that allhealthtv.com.
Correct.
And we're talking about what amazing resource that is. And
Yes.
I didn't know about it, but let's talk about that because I didn't know how to get to it.
Okay,
First of all,
so
other than on my computer.
right. So you've been aware of the Health Channel. We've talked
Right.
about it, and we've talked about the programming. But one of the things you weren't aware, which we just discussed, is the resource page.
Right.
So for everything, well, not everything, but a lot of health topics, we have a resource page on allhealthtv.com. So basically, when you go to that page, it's the home page, you'll see one of the clicks, or one of the pages that you can go to, is called resource pages. And on the resource pages of the website, you'll see, and I was scrolling through and just kind of reading it to you, Gloria, earlier. We have a resource page for mental health. We have one for heart health. We have one for LGBTQ health issues, pregnancy, lung cancer, flu and COVID, Alzheimer's disease, kids, disability awareness, breast cancer, and then, of course, a resource page for women's health and for men's health.
Just men and women.
And
yeah.
we keep adding based on, like whatever is being observed that month. But we keep them there. We keep them on the allhealthtv.com website. And it's got all different types of resources, from like symptoms, treatments, resource or organizations that provide resources.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's a great thing, because a lot of times people are diagnosed with something and they don't know where to
go, or they Google it and they get bits and pieces of information, right?
So this is better than Google.
So it's all on one page, basically. And then it gives you other resources. So if you want to dig a little deeper, then you can then go on to that other resource page or resource, whatever organization, to find out more information.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's interesting. And that's something that we started doing a few months ago. And we'll continue to add to that. But let's talk about the dramas before we continue with the Health Channel, because
I know.
So many great dramas.
I happened to look at this.
Have come back to South Florida PBS. So you mentioned Sanditon, and that's actually premiering on March 20th. So that's right around the corner.
I have to do season 1 first. It's
based, well, if you have Passport, you could definitely watch it on Passport, because it's like video on demand. So it's kind of like
Is it on Netflix?
It's kind of like the Netflix of PBS. No. It's PBS's own streaming service.
Oh, okay.
So on Passport, you have a lot of programs. So if you wanted to get caught up, say on the first season, you'd watch it there before then you watch the broadcast of the new season.
Okay, but I can watch it on my TV?
Yeah.
With Passport?
Yeah, you can.
So
if you have a smart TV, you know how you have like the different icons. You have one for YouTube, and you have one for Netflix or Hulu or some of these others. You would then be able to go onto your computer, and then just look for the URL for Passport, download it to your, smart TV. So you have the icon there always waiting for you. And then you can watch it at your convenience.
Cool. All right.
But this Sanditon one is based on Jane Austen's latest novel.
Yeah.
So it's got a very strong character. You know how her female characters are very independent. They were women before their time. And so it's a great one. It's a very popular one. Then Call the Midwife is coming back as well. That's on its 11th season, if you can believe that. I've been watching it for, oh my gosh, since the beginning.
I binge watched it.
It was such a lovely,
I couldn't wait to come
program.
Home at night at like 9 or 10 o'clock. I'd start watching it
and sometimes
1 a.m.
yeah. I'm not afraid to admit that sometimes I cry because they're so emotional.
I know.
It's such a beautifully done series. And then there's a new series which I've already seen. It's called The Fall.
Yeah.
Love it. It's like a mystery thriller. So she's trying, Gillian Anderson from the X-Files. She's trying to catch the killer. She's a very hardened detective, but sexy at the same time. It's all.
Oh, so there's a love interest involved somehow.
There's some attraction there, some sexual chemistry. It's got different angles.
You always got to have that.
There's always has to be that sexual tension. Father Brown, that's coming back, season 9, and Midsummer Murders. But there's a whole bunch of others.
Too. Yeah.
So like I was saying, for Passport, you can watch your favorite PBS dramas on Passport, and it's basically on demand. So
I can do it on my iPad too.
And it's a benefit of becoming a member. The only thing is, some people are members and they don't realize that they have this benefit of Passport. And all they have to do is activate it. And if you don't know how, all you have to do is call 1-800-222-9728, or go to wpbt.org/passport, right? And it gives you directions. But some people
Right.
just like to pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm having trouble. How do I access passport? I'm one
But
of those people.
technically, I know,
If I
yeah.
have time, okay, I'll read
Cut
through
to the
it,
chase.
right? And then I'll try it. But if I don't have time, I just want to pick up the phone. And that's a wonderful thing about
Yeah.
being a member. You can call us anytime. We're
Right.
happy to talk to you.
Right.
We're happy to iron out any issues.
You've
So.
got a little drive going on now too, don't you?
We do. We
Yeah.
have a few pledge programs.
Yeah.
I think it's so basically we send out a press release every month and Gloria gets it with our new programs and events and so forth. And one of the ones that you mentioned, the pledge drive. So,
Yeah.
People are so concerned, or not even concerned, because I think concerned is a very strong word, but they're now so aware of being healthy and
Right.
staying healthy and wanting to, look young and vibrant. And so some of our pledge programs have to do with that, and they're very popular.
Yeah.
So that's why we keep bringing them back. Obviously, we
Exactly.
listen to our viewers. So we have Dr. Furman's End Dieting Forever. I have to watch that one. I don't diet. I eat healthy. Do you?
Me too. No,
Right?
I don't have to diet. If you eat healthy, you don't have to diet.
Exactly.
You're right. So I'm with Dr.
Exactly.
Furman.
But listen to this one: Unlock the Secret to Extraordinary Health with David Perlmutter. That's another one.
Yeah.
Okay. And You Happier with Daniel Amen, MD. So those are some of the programs, some of the pledge programs, but there are other. I think Sanditon also has a pledge program.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
So you
pledge
get
version
kind of
of
your
the
most
program.
popular, and then you say, "Hey, do you want to see more of this?"
Right, something like that. I don't make those decisions,
I know,
but the people that do are very smart. So that's
Exactly.
probably what they're thinking.
It's like when you watch one of the Bocellis or whatever, and you go, "Oh, did you like this program?" Well, who doesn't like this program?
I did. I watched him in person for Valentine's Day.
Oh, you did the Valentine concert?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that must have been awesome.
He performed with his daughter and with
I
his
know.
son. And those were the two favorite moments of the evening.
Is that right?
Oh,
my
he
gosh.
performed Hallelujah with his daughter, which is one of my
I
favorite
saw that online.
songs.
Yeah, I know. Me
Oh
too.
my God.
That was
Gave me
yeah.
goosebumps.
Exactly.
And then with
exactly.
his son, who's very good looking,
Yes.
he performed, I think, Fall on Me,
Mhm.
which I've seen the video on YouTube a few
Yeah.
times, and it was just amazing to see it perform or watch the performance live. It was just amazing.
And where was that? Was it the Arts Center or Broward?
It was Broward.
Broward?
What's the name? Because they changed the name so many times.
I know.
That
I give up.
was
It's
it.
like-
Was it the BB&T?
Who knows?
I think that's what
can't
it's
keep
called
track of it.
now, right? I think that's what it was called.
Hey, listen, I still call
Or
it
it's
Joe
called
Robbie
now.
Stadium for the.
I know, right?
Hey, the guy built
It's
it.
so
Let him have it.
crazy how they changed the names.
Yeah.
And
well,
then we also have other premieres. So these are our
Okay,
locally
yeah.
produced programs. We have Between the Covers, which is the book review program.
I know. I
and-
love that idea. I
Yeah,
told my book club about that.
you
I
did.
said, "Oh my gosh, this is a great thing for them to be aware of to decide on what they're going to read next." You know?
Yep,
Yeah.
because she's interviewed some great authors
Yeah.
from all over.
Yeah.
One of the things with the pandemic, because we had to start producing the programs online, so virtually, right?
Mhm.
Zoom, Facebook, and some other software that we eventually started using, but everything is done now live. We can bring in authors from all over the world, not just the US, but
Yeah.
internationally.
Yeah.
So it gave us greater access to authors that we
Yeah.
would normally have access to. So that's amazing. And one of the things that we've been thinking about is actually creating a book club. So it's funny that you mention it.
That's great.
So have a Between the Covers book club.
Well, yeah, you know what? That might be a good thing to do with the General Federation of Women's Clubs in Florida, to have them have access to and they do.
Let's
because
talk
they're
about
all over.
that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Let's
'cause-
explore that idea,
yeah.
because I've been wanting to do something like that. I myself would love to be in a book club. I read a lot. I listen to a lot of books. And it's great when you're able to discuss what you're reading with other
Yeah.
people that are reading the same book and can totally relate and have their own ideas.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
amazing.
you know what? Every once in a while, I get sent book publishers send me books, and I got one. It was called Mango's Murder and oh shucks, I can't, Mango's Mambo and Murder,
Okay.
by Raquel Reyes, and she's local,
Oh, really?
and that was the most fun read,
Yeah.
especially if you live in South Florida because you know, wow, how true is that? You know, but it's got the Hispanic angles. It's got everything going for it, but it's so much fun.
You just reminded me. So I went on Friday to see a program. It was part of an event with Richard Blanco.
Uh-huh.
So Richard Blanco is now being featured in Poetry in America, which is a PBS series.
Mhm.
And he's in the show in this particular episode, Gloria Stefan, and they're talking about his poem, Looking for the Gulf Motel. And so it's a poem about him as an 8-year-old looking, or not looking, but going to like a hotel motel in Naples with his 13-year-old brother and his mom and dad, and just describing everything about that trip, from the flavors, the food, the feeling, the environment. And so we're listening to the poem, right?
Yeah.
We watched the excerpt of that show, and then he was interviewed by the author, not the author, I'm sorry, the host of the program. And he was kind of reliving and explaining where that poem came from.
Yeah.
And we could all relate, everybody in the audience,
Yeah.
because it was about obviously Naples, but also about a Cuban family going on,
Well, yeah,
vacation
exactly.
and everything that
Just like,
entails.
and it rang so true.
Oh my God.
That's the way I felt about this book.
Absolutely.
You know?
100%. I
Yeah.
was like, check. Yes. Check.
Oh, you have to share that poem with me.
I bought the
That's-
book.
Oh, you did?
Actually, I brought it because I bought it for my stepdad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because I think he would truly appreciate it. So I'm going to give it to him later. I'm going to see them
that's
later.
good.
Yeah, I bought it for him. Oh, it's
So
such
what's
a
it
cool
called?
poem. It's Looking for the Gulf Motel.
Looking for the
So
Gulf
Richard
Motel.
Blanco was the
Okay.
inaugural poet for President Obama.
Oh, okay.
So that's how he's well known. I mean, he's well known as a poet, but
Yeah.
most people remember him as
Because
being
he was
the
picked for
poet,
that.
exactly, for
Yeah.
the inauguration. And it was just an amazing event. And I think, again, we're doing more of that. People
Yeah.
are opening up their doors, letting people in, and doing in-person events, which I think makes us feel so good.
Oh, yeah.
When you see people that you haven't seen in such a long time and you reconnect, what a great feeling, right?
I know. I went to a Junior Orange Bowl event for their, I guess their past chairs and whatever, and the same thing with the Coral Gables Community Foundation. In 1 week, I think I saw so many people, and it was like reunion time.
Right.
But everybody was so happy to be able to shake hands and kiss and hug, and just I feel like we're reborn. And sometimes I go, we're not stressing our holidays because we forget we can celebrate them. But it's like I was talking to Michael about this morning about just. We haven't talked about St. Patrick's Day is coming up, Easter's coming up.
Yeah.
Typically in the ad business, and in your business, you're talking about, what are the big holidays coming up that we can go and we can get people to sponsor or to buy ads or whatever. And I said, we haven't even talked about that because we forgot that we could celebrate those things for 2 years.
Yeah.
You couldn't have parties.
It's true.
Our hands were tied. So
yeah. And now we have to kind of come back to that frame of mind that yes, we can go out into the community. We can celebrate these holidays.
Okay.
And speaking of celebrating, let me just tell you that because you brought it up, St. Patrick's Day.
I know.
We have some great programs on South Florida PBS. Celtic Dreams.
I know.
Daniel Hope's
like
Hidden
fun.
Irish History, and Ireland with Michael. Those are going to be amazing. And those are coming up now.
That's why I highlighted them because I love.
Okay.
I said, those are ones I want to see.
Yeah, for sure. And then you were talking about the Health Channel. So
we just came out with our new
Inspire Health
magazine,
right?
And heck, I had it right there. We have Dr. Leah. Okay, where is she? Dr. Leah, here you are. Sex Talk with Dr. Leah. Okay.
Everything you ever wanted to ask,
know.
but didn't know who to ask.
Do you remember years ago there was that book, Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex and Were Afraid to Ask? Well, that's Dr. Leah. So it's a return of, everything you wanted to know about sex.
That program is doing really well.
It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2:00 and 10:00 on the Health Channel.
That's right.
So
And also on WPBT and WXCL, different times, different days.
Yeah.
But on the Health Channel, that's right. You can catch it every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. Also, if you want to watch all the episodes, you can download the app, the Health Channel app.
Oh, really?
So all the episodes are on the app. If you want to know more information about Ask Dr. Leah or Sex Talk with Dr. Leah, you can go to askdrleah.com. That's askdrleah.com. And on that page, there's a form you can fill out if you have your own question. It's strictly confidential, anonymous, but you can send questions in because these shows are based on questions that we get from our viewers. Right. And so the shows are very different. They cover different topics. It's not just one topic. It's all different questions. So it's structured in like segments, and each segment covers different questions.
Yeah, but that's good. But it says watch on Xfinity.
Yeah, so the Health Channel, you can watch the Health Channel on Xfinity. And I will tell you that it's also on Atlantic Broadband and also on Hotwire. And in terms of the channels, let's see, on Xfinity. So you can watch it over the air if you're one of those cord cutters, right? 2.3. Xfinity, you can watch it if you're in Miami-Dade on channel 201. If you're in Broward, also channel 201. Atlantic Broadband, Miami at channel 652, and Miami Beach channel 652 as well. Hotwire channel 634. So those are the channels. But if you forget, you can always go to allhealthtv.com and you'll see all the different channels that you can watch it based on your cable system.
So
I was going to say, you need to watch one of the Ask Dr. Leah, Sex Talk with Dr. Leah.
Yeah.
You got to watch one of the programs.
Really?
Okay. So I'm informative. So informative. Yeah. It's like stuff that you go, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is whole world out there.
So it's not just about sex. It's about also intimacy and relationships.
Yeah.
Okay. So nice. It covers, it covers more than just technical questions.
Yeah. So you were just in Naples.
Oh, yeah.
And you had a good weekend?
I had a wonderful weekend. I feel so rested.
Was it just a vacation or?
It was just a getaway weekend, just a day, just to kind of relax.
That's good because this is a busy woman. You're like, well, if you look at this book and you go, how in the world does anybody market all that?
Yeah. So I think that we all need to get away once in a while for our mental health. And
that was your mental health weekend?
That was my mental health weekend, taking that break, that mental health break. We had a mental health town hall about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, right.
If you want to watch it, if you missed it, it's on our Facebook page. So you can go to All Health Go on Facebook, or you can go to WPBT or WXCL Facebook pages, and you'll see it there under live events. It was called Finding Hope. Managing the mental health crisis. And you guys simulcast it. Right. It's on your page as well. Right. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. We had so many views. Organically, we had over like 12,000 views.
Wow.
And then we boosted it. We had about 15 PBS stations joining us. So they simulcast the event. You guys did as well. NBC6 also simulcasted on their Facebook page. The South Florida Sun Sentinel, NAMI Miami, Vida y Salud. I mean, we had so many organizations.
Yeah.
And then it's just grown. I don't even know how many views we have now, but it's still going strong.
Because you can still watch it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so now it's being edited and it's being converted into a broadcast program. So it's going to air on WPBT, WXCL, and the Health Channel in the coming weeks.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah, we do a lot of that. We do a lot of programming around mental health, not just on Facebook and on the air, for broadcast purposes, but also on Instagram, on All Health Go Instagram page. We do almost weekly Instagram live events.
Yeah.
And we featured, experts of all different, medical genres and fields to talk about. And it's informal because, Instagram is very informal. It's just a Q&A. We have Kathy Buccio, who's our host for the Instagram lives, just interview folks. But the beauty of it is that you can send in your own questions. So as you're watching this exchange and you have your own question, you can send it in through the Instagram and they will answer it for you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we've done. So I was doing the numbers because I was doing a presentation. In 2021, we had over 46 live events on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
That's a lot.
A lot.
Almost one a week.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then we
and then just to promote it and to distribute it afterwards, that's
we do. We have a wonderful system because we're part of the PBS network. So we can distribute it to other PBS stations. And many PBS stations are looking to us for health content. Through our, health content pillar, which is, of course, the Health Channel. So we're very busy. We've been really busy.
When did the Health Channel start? Because I remember going to...
Not that long ago.
I know.
Like 3 years ago.
I was going to say,
it's going to be four. It's going to be 4.
I know it was before
2018.
2018. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because you remember going to the launch.
Yeah.
So lots of stuff happening there, and we continue. Now I know there's another town hall that we're planning right now, and we're in the planning stages, and it's about going to your primary care physician for those annual checkups.
Right.
Because during the pandemic, people stopped doing that. Number one, because it was so hard to go to the doctor's office, right? And because people that went normally was because they were feeling sick. And of course, it was attributed to COVID. So you didn't want to be in an environment where you may catch something, right?
And then it was telemedicine.
So, and then the rest was telemedicine, which, is amazing. But nothing beats that personal, checkup where the doctor checks your lungs and, takes your blood pressure and does the analysis, all the tests and stuff to give you a clean bill of health, or to say, maybe you need to, we need to look at this, we need to look at that. So for almost 2 years, people didn't do that. And now it's time to do it.
Well, on top of that, there were surgeries that weren't being performed.
Exactly.
That should have been performed.
Exactly.
And I know
and
my
people
husband
just
got
put
cancer,
it off.
The cancer center was backed up. I mean, everything was backed up.
Yeah.
And the hospitals weren't able to do elective surgeries, and some of those elective surgeries were not really elective. They were
necessary.
They were necessary. Yeah.
And people couldn't get them. So
a lot of people, I think, died as a result of COVID that didn't have COVID.
Right.
But they just didn't take care of themselves. So now you're right. It's so important that everybody does.
But we need to create that awareness in people that they need to go back to their primary care physicians.
Absolutely.
And so this town hall is shedding light and focusing on that need to get people motivated to go back, because they need to. They need to so that's coming up. That's going to be end of March. So I'll tell you more about it when I have a specific date.
Yeah.
And so lots of things going on, but like I said, I'm coming back to the Art of the Woman. I hope that your viewers are going to be part of it, because it's going to be a beautiful event. But you do have to RSVP. Go to southfloridapbs.org, to our events page, wpbt.org, and then
how about just becoming a member, and they'll keep you posted on everything.
That's true. That's also true.
Just make a monthly donation.
So besides the program guide, you get like the electronic newsletter,
you get passport,
and you get passport.
No,
exactly.
It's better than any money you're ever going to spend anyplace else.
True.
That's for sure.
It's true. It's true. And it's, programs for the whole family, because we haven't even talked about the
Oh, the
children's
kids
programs.
shows. Well,
Um,
let's talk
so
about what are your
yeah.
favorite kids shows?
Oh, so we have quite a few. Alma's Way, which debuted, I think it was a few months ago. It's amazing. Sesame Street, we have new episodes of Sesame
Really?
Street. Yeah, yeah.
It's been a
Uh,
while since I've had little ones in the house, so
and then we keep producing the virtual field trips. So Miss Penny goes out and she goes to different companies, organizations, places where people are, doing what they do, right?
uh,
And then she teaches children about what it is that they do. And
how cool. And
and
how did they get the kids that are going with her?
so
Keep
usually she has about, I don't know, 6 or 8 kids that go. Then of course with the pandemic, there were some field trips that didn't have children.
right.
But now we're back to, having the children accompany her on these field trips. So for the month of March, we have a couple where it's women, right? So we're featuring careers that normally are not, thought of as like careers for women.
Right.
But of course, anybody can do them. And I'm trying to remember which are the ones that she did. I think it's I'm not sure if it's a judge, but anyways, if you go to kidvisionprek.org, you
Uh-huh.
can find them there. This one that we're featuring in the guide has to do with St. Patrick's Day. So basically, it's so she says here, bring Irish dancing right into your classroom. The Breffney Irish Dance Academy's world team performs just for us. Tune in and learn how to do an Irish jig.
Oh,
So when you
fun.
go to kidvisionprek.org, you'll see that field trip. And so this field trip, it's like 10, 15 minutes. Any teacher can do them in the classroom.
Yeah.
All they have to do is bring them up on the computer, laptop, and then the kids can join in and they can follow the step-by-step instructions of how to do the Irish jig and celebrate St. Patty's Day,
Oh,
right?
yeah, perfect.
In an
Perfect.
appropriate fashion.
Yeah. I had a friend whose kids did that. That's he lived in Broward, so yeah. And the costumes and everything I could see there,
It's so cool.
those competitions.
I
That was
tried
crazy.
doing that once.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you
loved
did?
it. Yeah, because we
That's
had an
an
event.
exercise.
We had an
Gee
event
whiz.
with Miss Penny at the North Beach Band Shell, and she was teaching kids and families all different types of dances, and the Irish
really?
jig was one of them. It was
Yeah.
called Kid Vision Dance Time. And so we were, everybody got up and everybody started trying, and it was like, oh wow, it's amazing.
The funny thing is, on Wednesday night, my Coral Gables Women's Club has somebody coming in, and we're learning to Greek dancing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. You want to come?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do
Okay.
you do that? Greek dancing?
I don't know. We're paying $15 a person, and
To
somebody's
learn?
coming, and
To
they're
teach
giving
you?
instructions.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
but we're just doing it as group. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so the last one because you just brought it to mind because it's going to be just as fun as what you're mentioning. It's so on April 15th, we're having the Que Pasa USA experience at the Actors Playhouse.
Oh, really?
Now you cannot RSVP yet because we just got confirmation of the
geez.
venue on, I think it was Thursday of last week. So basically, we're going to do a marathon of the most loved episodes of Que Pasa USA.
Oh, fun.
And then the Frost School of Music's Café con Leche is going to be performing. What they're doing is they're basically composing.
Which Frost School of Music, UM or FIU?
No, UM.
Yeah. UM's Frost
Yeah.
School of Music? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah, they have a class called Café con Leche, and they're going to be composing music of the era
No way.
of Que Pasa USA
Oh,
and
that's
performing it. And so we're really excited about that one.
Yeah.
So just keep that one in mind. And, Actors Playhouse just had On Your Feet there. I think
know,
it's
I went
still
to it.
on.
It was great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
we're going to continue that, Latin flavor with
you
Que
go.
Pasa USA.
Right.
And that's going to be April 15th. That's going to be a one evening event. So I hope you can join us.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you can join us.
Oh, yeah,
It's gonna
absolutely.
be so much
No,
fun.
That sounds like so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I'm going to try to have is mojitos. That's the next
Well,
step.
there you go.
Where can we get some mojitos for our participants?
Probably
our guests.
Bacardi.
Uh-huh.
I'm just guessing.
You have any connections there?
Oh yeah, Barbara does.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
Barbara, I'm throwing you under the
We'll
bus.
talk to you,
Barbara
Barbara,
Stein.
soon. I know.
Yeah.
That's great.
So that'll be fun. So what's happening in the summer? Do you have camps? Do you have
So we're going to be part of, this is not the summer, but this is April.
Okay.
We're going to be part of the Mercedes-Benz corporate run.
Oh, you are?
The Health Channel, yes, we'll have a booth there.
Oh, good.
We have a campaign going on, and that'll probably be the culmination of this particular campaign. Basically, what we're asking folks is to follow us, subscribe and follow us on All Health Go's Instagram page, and then you'll be entered to win have you heard of a medicine ball chair?
No.
Okay, so the medicine ball chair is basically you have your desk. The medicine balls are those balls that you sit on. They don't have a back, but you're supposed to like stay stable, and it's
is that for
really
your
good for
balance?
you, for your balance. It keeps your body in motion, so you're getting a workout
Oh,
while
that's
you're
a good
working.
idea, though.
While you're working,
Because you get stiff when you sit too long. I sit
oh
for
yeah,
hours
yeah,
typing,
yeah. You can just move
writing.
around, but this is a chair, so it does have a back, and you're sitting on the ball, and it's called the medicine ball chair. And so you can work, and I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Well,
because
where do
you're
you buy
getting
the
a
chairs?
workout. So we're doing a raffle.
Oh, you're doing
So
a raffle
anyone,
for it.
anyone who subscribes, they just have to, I think, tag 2 friends or something like that, and they can be entered into the raffle. And
Okay.
so at the Mercedes-Benz corporate run, we'll be choosing the winner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So that's exciting, and
So-
I'm thinking like I should get one of those things.
Well, I'm asking you, where do you buy them?
yeah. So go to Amazon.
Oh,
And
it's called a medicine ball chair.
Yeah, go to
Okay.
any site, Walmart.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Everybody has them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
So,
Yeah.
but they're so popular and so good for you that we decided to do a campaign around that.
Well, preventative medicine. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But after you sit for a while, I don't know about you, but I get up and I'm a little stiff.
That's why you should, like,
Yeah,
every
no, but it makes
hour you
perfect
should be
sense.
getting up
Yeah.
and walking around
Okay.
and stretching. We used to do that when we were working, in our
Yeah.
offices, right? We used to go around, talk to this person, talk to that person. But working from home, you're just like working the whole time, because
Yeah.
even when you're talking to people, you're staring into your computer, right? On
Exactly.
Teams or on Zoom. So we really need to be very mindful.
Mhm.
And of course, I've learned that a lot from, of course, following the Health Channel and everything that we offer, listening and learning, such a great resource. But we think that, the medicine ball will help some people. So we hope
There you
that,
go.
you
Hey,
start following us on All
we
Health
need
Go.
we need to get Michael and Grant to get all of us a medicine ball chair. Yeah, we're gonna have to price that out. What do you think, Denise?
I'll send you the link.
Denise Sobrero is stepping in as our helping us produce today. So yeah, and she's an artist, so she sits a lot.
I'll send you
So,
the link so you
Yeah,
can.
there you go.
forward
We're
it
gonna
to
check
them.
this out, Denise.
That's
So-
wonderful.
So what else do you have on your plate? I mean, you're running
see.
all the time.
Yeah, we have a lot going on.
But she's telling me she can't tell me too many weeks in advance because you're program people.
Well, the Downton Abbey movie's coming out now in May.
Oh my God.
So that's
my
another thing we'll be
favorite.
doing. This will be something that folks can pledge, donate to be able to attend, and it'll be our own PBS screening. I don't have all the
Oh,
details yet,
Okay.
right, of where it's
But
going to
you'll
be.
send me that. So I
Of
can
course. Oh,
promote it
you
for
must come.
Yes.
Because we did this about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And this was in Broward. I think it was Cinemark maybe where we had it. And we all dressed up in our beautiful Downton Abbey outfits.
Oh my
And
gosh.
we had music. And of course, we're going to have
Oh, there's a
music.
costume I don't have.
And we had the cameras out there. Mainly it was the hats. You
Oh,
know,
the
so like
hats?
we wore just like nice dresses, and then we got these really nice fancy
Okay, but if you were
hats.
screening it, did the hats get in people's way?
No, yeah, obviously you have to
Took it
take off
off.
the hat. It's
Yeah,
just
right.
to make an entrance.
Oh, yeah.
Get your pictures in front of
it's-
the step and repeat, and then you take off the hat and you sit down so people, are able to watch the film, and your hat won't obstruct their view.
Okay, good.
Although these, screens are so big and they're like high. So
Well, it depends on what theater you have it in.
yeah,
Because some theaters, nobody ever is in your way because
it's true.
they're
Some
very
are
steep.
elevated and
Yeah,
some
they're
are
steep.
like flat on just one
But if they're
level.
elevated,
You can
it's
watch
good.
it from anywhere.
Yeah, so you don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're
So that's happening in May, and
that's exciting.
so as you can see,
That would be
we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And then we have, let's see,
Nature.
yeah,
Got
we
a lot
have
of
some
good nature
programs.
shows. Oh my
Spotlight
gosh.
on Nature. We have. I'm so glad that I saw
that.
this. Yeah, we have a screening of this part 2 of the newest season of Finding Your Roots.
Oh, really?
With Henry Louis Gates Jr.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
We're
fun.
going to be screening that. I believe it's March 30th. But that's going to be a virtual event. It's not going to be an in-person event.
Well,
that's going to be on Facebook, on WPBT.
well, that's good. More people can watch
Actually, is it Facebook? No, it's actually Zoom.
Oh, it's a
So
Zoom
you
meeting,
do-
so you
so-
just need to get the.
So you have
the
to
link.
register on southfloridapbs.org/events. And the reason we're doing it on Zoom is because we want to have breakout sessions. So whenever we have these Finding Your Roots events, people want to talk about their story, their genealogy story.
Yeah.
They're about their roots, and it's very important and meaningful to them. And we're not able to do that,
We've got too many
on
people.
Facebook. You don't have like breakout sessions where people can go into different rooms and just talk to each other. Not obviously not in person.
And how do you
but during
decide?
the
I wonder how they
chat,
decide how to break out.
So we're going to have a question. Actually, I believe it's 2 questions.
Mhm.
And then people will choose which question they want to discuss. And based on that, we'll send them to
that's clever.
to the
Yeah.
appropriate room.
Oh my goodness.
So
Well, that
that's
would
going to
fun.
be
Yeah.
interactive and a lot of fun. So southfloridapbs.org/events, that's where you go to find out everything that's coming up for South Florida PBS and for the community, where you're invited. And most of these events are free to the public, and we just want to see you there, except for the Downton Abbey event. That's going to be a pledge program. Yeah. So basically a pledge event where you donate to be able to attend.
Yeah.
We also had recently, as part of Women's History Month, the on South Florida, Your South Florida, which is our public affairs program, we had a town hall about women breaking barriers. And we looked at local resources that empower the next generation of women leaders. And this was like women in the arts.
Right? Oh, right.
Yeah.
And you did that with Durkham because
with Pam Giganti as the host
of the
show, Your South Florida. And so that was a virtual town hall, and now it's become a broadcast program.
Oh, good.
Yeah, like
I like the idea of your being able to edit those broadcasts and then
the virtual and then making them into. And then last but not least, we have a very important series that we started producing a few months ago, and it's called Hope is Here. And Hope is Here it's been a great program, and it's about people that have faced probably the greatest challenge of all, cancer, right? And it's a story of either their survival and their battle against it, where they have emerged victorious, or perhaps have succumbed to the disease. But the work that they've done and the path that they have, kind of created for others to help others has been nothing short of inspirational. And so each story is just breathtaking. And the next one is, listen to this, This is a new episode of Hope is Here. Hank Basket was given the grim diagnosis of stage 4 lung cancer almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
At the time, his thoughts were not of himself, but of how he was going to tell his family. In episode 3 of Hope is Here, we meet Hank and his family and learn how he was able to push forward towards health with a hopeful attitude and mission that his cancer journey would be, in his words, a joyful one.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about
And that's going to be
positive attitude.
the next episode.
Oh, that's great.
So that's going to be a strong one.
And then the other thing, Ask Hannah.
So Ask Hannah is on our website, allhealthtv.com, and it pops up as a window, like a pop-up window,
Right.
and you can ask your health questions so directly, and it's basically a group of nurses and doctors who would respond to you. It's open from 9 to 5 p.m. and if you ask after 5 p.m., then you'll get your answer the next day via an email, because you'll leave your email address so that they can respond.
But when you ask Hannah, did you get an immediate response?
Yeah, if it's from 9 to 5. Yes,
Oh, really?
From 9
Wow.
to 5, yes. After
What an
5,
amazing resource that is.
you have to leave your email so
Yeah.
that they can respond to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
So you
It's-
have that. Is that manned by people all the time, or how does that work?
From 9 to 5, we do have a group of nurses and doctors that are on standby, just answering questions. And then after, 5, then they respond the next morning, because they do work from 9 to 5.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah, it's not round the clock.
Right.
And then we continue to produce the Living Minute. Those are the 1
Those
minute.
little clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are sharing them with stations.
Well, explain what the Living Minute is.
So
because-
it's basically a 60-second video, and it addresses like groundbreaking research, health topics, anything that's top of mind at the moment. So it focuses on revolutionary medicine or research or treatments, on a host of given all different types of medical topics. So, for instance, the last one here that we have, it's funded by Thermo Fisher, which is our a sponsor, and their Ready, Check, Go program. So, because of them and thanks to them, we're able to produce these. We've produced over 200 of these already.
Oh my gosh!
So-
Really?
Like this one that we're featuring in the program guide says, using ultrasound to combat neurological disease. So brain surgery is a common treatment for neurological diseases like epilepsy, but the side effects can be debilitating. So researchers are investigating whether high-intensity ultrasound waves can go into the brain and treat the condition without disrupting other healthy tissues in the brain. So this particular one focuses on this, and it's all video. So it's narrated, and it's got
Yeah.
some B-roll, some interviews, sometimes with the medical experts that are doing this kind of research or work. And you can watch the entire series on livingminute.tv. So, or you can go to allhealthtv.com, which is our website, and all of these are featured.
I think that our time has been up, has it not, Denise?
Yes,
You were supposed to tell me.
they didn't tell me.
Okay. So listen,
We
we've gone way over. Okay, but thank you so
But we're
much.
talkers. We have
You
so
know,
much to talk
yeah,
about.
right.
That's fine.
Always. Well, then when you're talking about South Florida PBS, how
There's
can
so
you not
much
go
to
on
talk to.
forever?
Yeah, to
We
talk
could be
about.
here all day. So thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for sponsoring the show week after week.
It's our pleasure.
it
I love
is-
to talk to you, and I
I-
love to talk to your viewers. And let's continue talking. There's so much
Absolutely.
going on.
Okay, so we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have a great week.